Hi, I'm John Hennessey here today at Burningthorpe Proving Grounds in the UK with our chief engineer and test driver John Hennessey. We're doing a few shakedown runs on our 4th production Venom GT in advance of going to the Goodwood Festival of Speed here in the next few days. Car performed flawlessly, even in the wet. It's amazing from my experience in driving the car how it puts the power down, especially in the lower gears. First gear, second gear, it just pulls so hard in a straight line, and John was also able to do quite a bit of tuning on the chassis today, so we're feeling pretty confident about being able to go up the hill at Goodwood and putting on a good show for the fans here in the UK, and looking forward to showing you a little bit about how the car's going to do. The inspiration for the Venom GT was basically we wanted to build the lightest, most powerful car that we could build. We built a lot of twin turbo Vipers and twin turbo 4 GTs with well over 1,000 horsepower, but all those cars weighed easily over 3,500 pounds. I wanted to go in the opposite direction, to where rather than going with 2,000 horsepower, I wanted to have a car that weighed 2,700 pounds fully loaded and still have 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower. So in the Venom GT, we have 1,200 horsepower, 1,200 kilos, which is right around 2,700 pounds, providing the greatest power to weight ratio for any road car that's currently available today.
I've been running out on the handling course with the Venom GT today, working on the handling, the brakes, the feel of the car, and I've been adjusting the shocks a lot, and I've really got it to where it's really working good. The turn-in is good, I can get on the power good off the turn, and like I said, the acceleration off the turns is just outrageously fast.
We looked at building our own car from scratch, starting with our own chassis and our own interior, and we realized that from a time and cost standpoint, we would spend more time and money designing a dash and designing an interior than building the whole car. So we looked in the current marketplace to find something that was really light, that we felt like could handle the power. So we decided to take the Lotus Exige and take it and modify it extensively, to the point to where after we're done with our modification, the Venom GT has less than 10% of the parts that were originally in the Lotus. We maintain the roof, the doors, the dash, basically the cockpit of the car, but everything in front of the dash is all new. Everything from behind the seats is all new and designed and engineered. All carbon fiber body, carbon ceramic brakes, wheels, tires, engine, transmission, all that's done from scratch. And so for the guys that want to say, well, it's just a modified Lotus, the bottom line is they haven't seen the car up close. If anyone has a chance to see the Venom GT up close and personal, look at the attention to detail and the level of engineering that's gone into the car, they'll have a clear idea that the car is definitely unique and really has very little to do with Lotus. You know, on paper, somebody says, well, hey, you take a Lotus, you put 1,200 horsepower in it, it's going to be impossible to drive, and the chassis is going to fold up like a cheap tent. Not at all. I mean, I've got John Hennessey here today that proved it quite differently, and we've done it with other cars. The car works amazingly well, puts the power down. The chassis is very rigid and firm, but at the same time, the car is easy to drive. So the proof is in the pudding. This particular car is our first client that's given us the go-ahead to go out and do some serious validation, including top speed testing. And so for the haters out there, get ready to do some serious hating, because this car is going to be really fast. So this is our 6.2 liter twin turbo V8. It's basically a hybrid of a small block Chevy. It's based on the LS. Everything is bespoke. It's all custom built for this application. All the internals are forged, and the engine, the short block, is basically built and designed to handle 1,500 plus horsepower. So it's got our Goodwood exhaust upgrade, which is basically our sport exhaust upgrade, which is louder than our standard exhaust. And I'm told that the fans at Goodwood like a little bit of sound, so we plan on giving them a good show at the Festival of Speed next week. And basically the engine on 19 pounds of boost on pump gas will produce 1,200 brake horsepower. at the motor, 1,155 foot-pounds of torque. In the current tune for this particular test today, we're a little bit under 1,000 horsepower. We're right at 950 at the motor. I think we made 813 to the wheels on the dyno. Just the motor's just getting broken in. It just still has less than 100 miles on it. But basically, you've got the twin precision ball bearing turbos. The air flows through there into the dual intercoolers, and then through the carbon fiber merge that goes into the throttle body into the motor. Other cool feature that we've installed on this car and our future Venom GTs will have, it has dual Naca ducts, kind of like the old F40s, the old 288 Ferrari GTOs, where it's got the Naca ducts back in the rear hatch. And so basically the Naca ducts draw cool air, ambient air into the turbos, which basically, you know, cooler air makes more horsepower. So that's it. It's the engine and the is mated to a Ricardo 6-speed manual gearbox. Sorry guys, no paddle shifters, no electronic nannies here. You just got basically just a pure driving experience with just a standard, very direct Ricardo 6-speed gearbox. Same transmission out of the 4 GT, and our company Hennessey Performance has built over 35 twin turbo 4 GTs with 1,000 plus horsepower. So the entire powertrain, from the engine to the transmission, these are components that we've used in other cars before the Venom GT came along. So this is a very proven and tested powertrain package. The Venom GT interior, again, is basically the cockpit, is essentially what comes from Lotus on a Lotus Exige. Like I said before, we didn't want to spend a bunch of time and money designing a dash and designing door panels. We wanted to build a fast car. So the cockpit we already knew worked, the air conditioning. It's a full street car. It's got full everything that you would expect in a street car in terms of power windows, power locks, air conditioning, stereo. It's even got an iPod connector, a connector for your iPhone. Where we depart from the standard Lotus is all the interior components are the highest quality materials, from Alcantara to a nice quality leather similar to Connolly. It's all double stitched. This particular car with the yellow exterior, we decided to go with the black interior with yellow stitching, and so it's got the cross stitching and the Alcantara steering wheel. Steering wheel is removable, which is, for somebody that's tall, it's a little bit easier to get in and out of the car. But the seats are very supportive. One of our options is you can put 5-point harnesses in the car if somebody wants to track the car. Here we've got the adjustable boost controller just right below the dash, so if you wanted to change power settings, you can adjust between 800, 1,000, and 1,200 horsepower pretty easily. And just a very standard basic car. I mean, there's not a whole lot of electronic aids in the car. It does have traction control. Today we weren't using it, and we put the power down just fine, but the traction control is adjustable, and you can turn it on and off. Here's the bottom line with the Venom GT. It is a no apologies roller coaster ride that sits in your garage that can give you thrills and scare you all at the same time whenever you're ready to go put the key in it and go drive it.
That scared me.